Well, our moms think we're funny.
Alright, hey everyone, I'm Acomi.
Hey everybody, this is Turk182.
With us, a special guest.
Zuld. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Thank you. Oh, there you go. That's what I was waiting for.
I was building up the anticipation, man.
I was going to say, damn, don't tell me we got another fucking wall crawl in our hands.
Yeah, Turk always gives Wallcrawler a really hard time because he's not enthusiastic in his introductions.
Well, I was trying to wait, like, how, say it? Then wait for, he's like, I know he's going to build up for the anticipation of the howdy, howdy, howdy. Now's the perfect time.
Well, I will say that Wallcrawler has really gotten a lot more excited about it with the In the Gutters podcast. He's more like ready to go. And it's like yeah. You know,
See, myself, I usually intentionally botch our introductions because it makes Turk very upset.
So thinking about just before we even get started here, that way I'm not going off on a tangent. I'm just gonna start it off wrong. You mentioned Wallcrawler. I don't even know what made me think of it, but I was thinking of Captain America: Civil War.
Yeah,
I think it was something with Spider-Man. I can't remember what it was. I was thinking about Spider-Man, and there's that the scene where Spider-Man's fighting the Falcon, and he webs him up, and Falcon's like, "Is this stuff coming out of you?" And it was this funny line that I thought about. I was like, "Wait a minute." No, that's a really serious question because, like, you just spit some shit at me and it stuck with me. I'm like, did this come out of you? Because, like, especially right now with like Corona and shit. I mean, Corona. Like, I'm like, whoa.
It's okay. Sam Raimi didn't make them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's that.
Well, I think in the Marvel the other shit, what do you call it? I always want to call it Marvel Unlimited, but that's not what it was. But in the other Ultimate, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That Spider-Man generated his own webs.
I believe so. It's been a hot minute.
Not the Peter Parker one. I actually have the hardbound covers, a couple
Okay.
of those.
He was still web shooters.
Yeah, he was still web shooters.
Okay.
But in the comic books, off and on, they have made him organic web shooters. Hell, they've actually given him spikes before that come out of his arms.
I seem to remember that.
Spikes out of his arms.
Yeah, like he made a deal with the Spider God or something like that, and he gave him more spider powers.
Yeah, he's no Miguel O'Hara. So
Yeah, I don't think Spider-Man needs to be like mystical or magical. I think he works well as just
What is he, the tarantula?
Spider-Man Sorcerer Supreme.
That's happened in a cartoon.
yeah, isn't that a thing?
I'm just saying that'd be kind of awesome. Like his webs would be like magical. And
Yeah,
shit.
they were purple when he wore the cloak and everything in the Eye of Agamotto.
Dude, I just created this. Shut up.
That was
Okay,
a Halloween
calm down there,
special
Stanley.
on Unlimited,
Okay, hold on.
Ultimate Spider-Man.
You haven't been, even though we've done some recordings that have never been posted, and I will get around to posting those sometime. You'll be able to look back and find it's like, wow, I was so young back then.
Are we on the road to hell here? I mean, all these good intentions.
Yeah, it's paved. But I was gonna say, you haven't been on the show. It's your first time on the show. Acomi doesn't edit anything.
Wow.
I'm just going to let you know right away.
Nothing.
Acomi never edits. Even if he says he's going to, he won't. But most of the time, he will just out and out tell you, I'm not going to edit this.
Oh, okay.
So you have to watch what you say, because you say the wrong thing, it's there. It's there.
That's because Turk says these horrible things, and then he's like, "Yeah, you got to cut that out." I was like, "Nah."
Okay, just so you guys are aware, though, I don't say horrible things. All that stuff is added in later through, like, the post-production magic, So that's all him imitating my voice.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
just putting that thing, so.
Sure.
No, he does it just to pick on you.
Probably.
If you watch really closely, there's a little cut in there that where he dubs your voice into it. That's why it sounds a little modulated and not quite right.
And it's like, hey, everyone. So make sure y'all listen to Mr. Black.
Didn't I just use a speech-to-text thing and say that it was you one time? I feel like I did.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure I just did like a speech-to-text mod online. It was like, "Oh, I'm Turk182. Acomi was right and I was wrong."
Yes, you did do that. You did do that.
I was really proud of that one.
So I just got this ring alert thing that says, battery at 29%. Front door needs charging. Okay, so what happens during the time that I'm charging the battery? Just like, it's like a free-for-all for fucking criminals there? But like, yeah, he's charging the battery! Let's go! Let's go!
It's the purge.
Alright, so what are we talking about today?
Today, we are talking about superhero teams. This was...
Again?
Again. Because, we just don't know when to quit. And so this was your idea, correct?
Yeah, it was just a random thought, you know. 5 heroes. No, not even heroes. 5 super beings from any comic book genre put onto a team. Who would you pick? And you can pick them for any reason you want.
All right. I like it. So, being that this was your idea, do you want to go first?
All right, I made 2 lists. One for Marvel, one for DC, because I love Marvel, and they kind of took up the entire list, so I felt bad for DC. So I had to make a list for them.
Yeah,
I think right now everybody feels bad for DC.
I don't know, man. They're animated movies. I still love their animated movies. Especially that last one. You didn't like Apocalypse?
Which one?
Justice League Dark Apocalypse? The end of the animated series?
Oh, the one where Constantine was an asshole throughout the whole thing, right?
Well, he's an asshole through every one of them.
Well, I just the one where they're like, you're like, come on. He's like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to
No,
do
it's
this.
the one after that. No, wait, maybe that is that one. I don't know. Edgergore, was he rhyming or not rhyming?
He's not rhyming.
Yeah, that's the one. He gets all depressed. You get to see. I don't know if you're all.
Yeah,
y'all
because he doesn't have anybody to fight.
Yeah.
And then they were
And,
he's like,
and his blood's dead, so he's like, I don't care. All right, well, my first team, I did my Marvel. I want to see Doctor Doom, Doc Ock, Red Hulk, Beta Ray Bill, and then their trump card. The one person who can beat anybody. Squirrel Girl.
Okay.
Seriously, she has beat everybody. It's never on panel. It's always off panel, but she beats everybody.
okay, yeah, I got a serious call some bullshit on the whole Squirrel Girl can beat anybody.
She took out Thanos. She just did it off panel.
Okay, yeah, so did I. Off panel, you know, I have fucked so many hot supermodels. You guys don't know about. There's not a girl in Canada I haven't banged yet. I'm just gonna let you know. You guys didn't know about this stuff, but it happens. I mean, if I had a passport stamp for every girl from another country that I fucked, I'd have to have my dick extended. And I'm just telling you, no, that Squirrel Girl thing that's garbage. Get that out of here. Get that weak shit off my track.
I don't know. I picked Doctor Doom because Doctor Doom can do anything.
Foot dive.
And I believe he has and I believe Doctor Doom has honestly the best intentions, even though he's a villain.
I like Doctor Doom a lot.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know why he does what he does, though, right? Because he saw a possible future. If he took over, the world would be a utopia.
Yeah.
So thus, he wants to take over the world.
Well, I mean, I've talked about this many times before, and people are like, yes, you're going to bring the same thing. Yes, Emperor Doom graphic novel. Mm-hmm. You read it, he takes over the world. It's a great place. I mean, it's not perfect, right? But I mean, it's never going to be perfect because you got different personalities and different people, but it's as close to perfect as it can be, and that's all him.
Yep.
And I just want to see Doc Ock on a team that's not the Sinister Six or Sinister Seven or Sinister Eight, whatever they are now.
So I'm just going to tell you right now, your team is not going to survive.
Probably not, but they're the guys I wanted, so I thought they would be cool together.
Because Doctor Doom is going to manipulate, and Doc Ock is going to have problems. Is going to have problems, like bowing down to Doom.
Well, that's why I threw Beta Ray Bill in there to be the peacekeeper.
No. Dude, I love Bill. I do. But there is no way in the world that Bill would be able to have the mental strength to compete with Doctor Doom and not fall prey to his mechanisms.
That's why I have General Ross, Red Hulk, just to help out with that too.
Oh, come on now. Red Hulk.
Red Hulk is my favorite character.
No, he's good, but at the same time, though, he's just as susceptible to Doom stuff as Beta Ray Bill.
But he's also, you gotta remember, he's also Ross, so thus he has the intelligence and the tactics of Ross still.
Well, Ross ain't really that smart. He's got battle tactics, but he's not that smart.
But he can play the long game. We learned that in the Red Hulk series.
This is what's going to happen. Okay, Doom is going to manipulate Ross into thinking that because of his military might, because he's doing things for the right reasons, being to protect the world, that the sacrifice he made to become the Hulk, to stop the Hulk and everything else, that he is worthy of Bill's hammer. And that's going to put the Red Hulk against Bill to where they're going to just basically beat the shit out of each other.
Wait, this is probably dumb. Beta Ray Bill's like my favorite Thor incarnation, but I honestly don't know. Can anyone pick up Stormbreaker, or only the worthy pick up Stormbreaker?
I think it's still the same thing. I think it's only the worthy.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Because it has the same abilities as Mjolnir, so you wouldn't give one like limitations, the other one not. It'd be like, well, fuck Mjolnir, I'll just go get Stormbreaker. I mean, it'd be like having two Lambos and be like, this one's got an alarm, this one doesn't. Well, shit, I don't care.
Now, counterpoint to that, I think Doom might be smart enough to manipulate everybody into working together just because they all think that he's on their side. That kind of thing.
But at the same time, what does Doom always say? The thing that Doom always says, more than anything, more than Reed Richards.
Bros before hoes.
Okay, there's a second thing that Doom always says. And normally it's always in big capital letters. Doom needs no one.
He doesn't need anybody, but, if someone wants to be his friend.
But
okay, change this. Instead of them trying to take over the world or whatever, what if they were just drinking buddies?
Hey, yeah.
I was going to say before, the reason Doom needs no one is because he wouldn't want to admit that he needs them to do anything like, I don't need you guys. Why are you even here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but drinking buddies.
Picture those five sitting at a bar drinking together.
I'm kind of liking it.
Be a bottle episode of something, just these random five Marvel characters just sitting in a bar drinking.
See, that's not fair.
That's not fair.
That's not fair.
Okay.
Well, first off, Squirrel Girl's underage.
Is she?
Yeah.
Is she?
I don't know. I just picture her. She can beat anybody
maybe
off.
Not, because in the Avengers thing with her and Wolverine, where Wolverine's like, hey, I thought we agreed that we weren't gonna, like, not see each other, but we were gonna stay away from each other.
Yeah.
It was when she was hired to be the nanny for Luke and Jessica.
I don't remember that at all.
Oh yeah, he comes to the mansion and she's there and she's like, "Hey Logan," he's like, "I thought we agreed that you and I were not going to be in the same place at the same time," and there's no backstory given at that moment. So the reason I say it's not fair, so Squirrel Girl might be. But I think she still lives at home with her mom, so I think she's under 21.
I've never actually read a Squirrel Girl comic book. I just always remember that. I always was told she could beat anybody off panel.
Yeah, I think she can beat anybody off panel. Red Hulk, I know he can slam some back.
Oh, yeah.
Doom, it's not fair. Doom's going to use something. If he's going to drink, well, he's just going to be drinking wine anyway. He's not going to go for the
I don't know, he's going to go for the high-end scotch.
Okay.
Single malt.
But my problem is that Beta Ray Bill has to drink through a straw. Which means he's going to get drunker faster.
Can he drink through a straw? I don't think he has lips.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's just got those weird horse teeth.
Yeah, and if he goes back to his mortal form, then he's definitely not going to be able to outdrink any of them.
I'll just get like a mop bucket of ale and just dip his whole
So you just have to do the whole entire open the throat, tilt your head back, and pour in.
Yep.
Again, he's going to get drunker than anybody, faster than anybody else. That's not fair. There'll be like their second drink, and he'll be like stumbling around.
I like to think that he's got the same constitution as Thor when it comes to getting drunk, so I think he'd be okay.
But I'm saying it would just happen faster than everybody else. So because he's pointing like straight down his stomach. So that's completely unfair to Beta Ray Bill. I'm just.
Oh, dude, you're gonna hate my DC list. Y'all want to hear that one next, or y'all want one of y'all go first?
I like this. I like this idea of like Zuld kills the most powerful people in the Marvel universe with Dr. Doom and Squirrel Girl.
Yep. All right, second list for DC. Aquaman. I just love Aquaman. I think he's such an underrated hero.
Now that's the guy that can drink.
Larfleeze.
All right, I know you love Larfleeze.
Yep. Martian Manhunter.
Okay.
Shazam, Captain Marvel, and Constantine.
Ah.
Now, maybe those are the alcoholic ones, except for Shazam.
Yeah, these guys would be good drinking buddies.
Oh man! All right, so let's think about this here.
I had to put some kind of lantern on the team,
Oh yeah.
And Larfleeze is my favorite lantern. I love his what was his oath? Mine, 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 mine.
So I'm just trying to think like how. Yeah, you got some heavy hitters on there, man.
Yep.
They're big time.
Just pick my favorite characters.
I think that the dynamic between Constantine and Larfleeze would be interesting.
Oh god, they kill each other.
Really quickly.
Or they'd be best drinking buddies ever.
That's always a good possibility.
Imagine if you let Larfleeze into the house of mystery, where everything's out of phase and you couldn't take anything.
Well, you can't order like rounds of drinks without Larfleeze taking them all. Like it's like let's get a round of drink. They bring over 5 drinks. He's like mine. And I'm like no, some of those are for us.
And they couldn't do flaming shots because of the Mount Martian Manhunter.
Ah.
I think he could handle like flaming shots. Like if it was like anything bigger than that, like if it was was like fajitas or whatever, they bring them to your table hot, or like Martian Manhunter could make s'mores, right? But I think a flaming shot he'd be okay with.
Okay. So could he drink the flaming Mo?
I wouldn't tempt it.
You want to tempt it? Okay. Like I said, that's who I picked for the DC. Like,
I like it.
I can't imagine what crimes they would fight. It would all have to be interplanetary.
you know what the worst thing is in that group of people? Do you know who the voice of reason is? Aquaman.
Aquaman's the voice of reason?
Better than Martian Manhunter's too dull. Larfleeze is Larfleeze. Shazam's 12. Constantine's a dick.
Totally.
So Aquaman has to be the voice of reason.
I would have to go with Martian Manhunter as being the voice of reason because he's a little more grounded than like the King of the Sea. There was it. Wait. No, sorry, I was about
Lone Survivor versus King of the Sea. I think they both have some issues.
I was gonna make like an old joke. I'm just gonna let that go. But no, yeah, the Aquaman, the voice of reason.
Compared to the rest of them?
I mean, honestly, I think that's the best shot. What I can kind of see happening here is that both Aquaman and Martian Manhunter would try to be the voice of reason, but you've got a lot of egos on this team. But then ultimately, Shazam, being this idealistic, innocent 12-year-old, is going to be the one who everybody's like, you know what, the kid's got a point.
The true Boy Scout of the Justice League.
Right.
Well, I guess Aquaman is just, 2 fathoms away from being Namor when it comes to ego, so...
It's still not as bad as Namor. My gosh, that man. I almost put him on my Marvel list. I was like, him and Doom would kill each other.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Yeah, I think that would be interesting.
I'd read it.
I can't imagine all their battles have to be something huge.
Or something so mundane that they're all just so overly powered and don't understand how to do this the easy way.
Just carpooling. Yeah.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah, just carpooling to work.
I can see it now with them. It's like, Constantine, can you put that out? No. Bugger off.
I'm glad you brought up Constantine, because he's actually on one of my teams, too.
Oh, okay.
So should I jump into the next one? You still chewing on yours, Turk?
Oh, I was going to say, because we've had a bad habit of this with season 3, we'd like to take a break. I think it'd be a good time to take a break, and then we can come back.
I don't worry for time. We're only 18 minutes in, so...
Is it really only 18 minutes? Oh, jeez whiz. Time flies when you're just sitting around.
I'm sorry, I'm just so intrigued and it feels so much longer.
Yes. Yeah, I would agree. You got that
this podcast feels like an eternity!
I also thought about putting Ben 10 on a team there at one point, but he's like a team unto himself.
Yeah. It'd be interesting.
Yeah. So you said that big booming voice. I expected any minute after you go, this is CNN. So
this is CNN.
All right. Let's go ahead and go with you, Acomi.
All right. So this first one, like I said, I tried to run with themes with my guys. So this first one, going to start with Constantine, because you brought him up. He's going to kind of be like the de facto leader who unites all these other characters.
They're screwed.
Pretty much. Hellboy, Etrigan, Spawn, and Mephisto. So we're going for a hell theme here.
How do you get Mephisto to work on that team?
Well, that's what I was wondering, too.
We were saying that we had to have a villain on the team, so...
Constantine kind of flip-flops, you know.
Yeah, a little bit. So, and, I mean, Constantine has a way of manipulating demons and devils to pretty much have to cooperate with him.
Hold on. You said 2
I said 2 originally, yeah.
But you only had 1 on your team.
Did I? Larfleeze.
Larfleeze isn't the villain.
Larfleeze, I was counting him as a villain. Technically, I didn't have any bad guys on that. Screw that one up, didn't I? Also, I'm on the second list, the DC one.
Yeah. I mean, technically, Etrigan kind of wavers back and forth between being hero and villain, so mine's iffy.
And so is Constantine.
Yeah.
You know that Etrigon's actually the grandson of Trigon?
That I didn't know. I've only read the original Jack Kirby run of Etrigan.
So Gon is like a surname?
Maybe.
I know, I'm just messing around.
No, I didn't know for the longest time that L was Superman's surname.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought his dad's name was Jor-El, not Jor-El.
Yes, it's Kal-El, Jor-El, go to hell. It's all.
Yeah. See, I didn't know that for the longest time. I honestly thought that was just his first name. Kal-El, okay.
Yeah, because he's of the House of El.
Yeah, I didn't know that for the longest time.
No, that's not. I mean, well, I think that's one of those things that they
I learned that.
changed around like later on where it wasn't before.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's Superman.
I didn't learn that until Smallville, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I say I'm not really a fan of Superman as a whole. I can appreciate him in pieces, but not pieces I can chopped up. But but yeah, it's not a bad idea either. But no, it's small doses. Small doses.
Yeah. No, the Superman story kind of has to be limited for it to be effective in my mind. But yeah, no, I know I've talked about teams similar to this in the past with some of our other episodes, but I've always been fascinated by the idea of
How would Etrigon and Hellboy interact? Would they just get drunk?
they would start off by beating the ever-loving shit out of each other. And then I think they would just become pals as a result of that, where it's like, oh, you know what,
Yeah,
you're
but
alright,
Ron
guy.
Perlman would get so mad at him for rhyming all the time.
Yeah, because I can see them both thinking that they were like a demon that they had to send back.
Yeah.
Especially with Hellboy having the right hand of doom. Like,
Yep.
Etrigan would be all on that, be like, yo, you got to go.
Yep. And so then their battle would spill into, like, Spawn's alleyway, so he's going to get himself involved.
So
Sorry.
here's the interesting about it, though, is Constantine brings them together. Immediately, Etrigan and Hellboy start fighting, and he's not going to do a damn thing to stop it.
Oh, no,
He's
not
just
at all.
gonna watch.
He's just going to sit down, just light up a cigarette, just be like, okay, they're just going to do their own thing. Fuck these guys.
Yeah. Who's your other one?
So,
You're the person.
Mephisto, yeah.
Mephisto.
Which I think he's just going to have to be gang pressed into that.
Isn't Mephisto basically powerless outside his own world, though?
I'm not crazy familiar with the character. I was just looking for characters with a hell theme.
Mephisto, well, here's another Spawn. He killed, which version of Spawn? There's a version where he killed the devil and he killed God.
Yeah, so is it
There's
the Al
the-
Simmons Spawn, or is it the other one, or is it the...
The only Spawn I'm familiar with is the original run.
It's
like
the Old West Spawn.
Like the first 10 issues kind of
See,
thing.
medieval Spawn was always one I liked, 'cause I just like that armor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Spawn
That
armor's
armor
kinda
is pretty
awesome.
tight. Yeah, the only Spawn I know is that original one that, like, interacted with Cerebus, so...
Al
Honestly,
Simmons.
I would switch Mephisto out for Ghost Rider.
Ooh! Shit,
Yeah.
I didn't even think of Ghost Rider.
I thought
yes.
you were going to go with Blackheart, but
Blackheart's good, but
speaking of Hellboy...
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
because Mephisto's kind of one of those cosmic being kind of characters that we
Oh,
said
yeah,
no to.
Yeah. No, I'll totally swap that out for Ghost Rider. I
Yeah,
like Ghost Rider
because
a
he
lot.
is
Wait.
Huh?
Isn't there some kind of connection between Mephisto and Zarthos?
Zarthos.
Zarthos is the spirit entity or whatever that gives a Ghost Rider the power.
Yeah, he's the one that actually.
Huh.
Yeah, he's the devil that Johnny Blaze signed the contract
Right,
with.
but isn't there some kind of connection between Mephisto and Zarthos?
Yeah, Mephisto captured him and uses him for his rider.
So, in a sense, you would kind of have Ghost Rider.
But Ghost Rider doesn't listen to Mephisto.
It could be that Mephisto's the villain they have to unite against.
That would make sense.
Yeah. So that works. Yeah, no, I actually prefer Ghost Rider. I didn't think about him at all.
So, which Ghost Rider? Johnny Blaze, Dan Ketch, the guy with the car?
Part of me wants to do Cosmic Ghost Rider because he's awesome, but that's a little too
Frank
much.
Frank Castle?
Is it-
No. You want Nicolas Cage?
Yes.
Nicolas
Cage Ghost Rider.
No, not even Ghost Rider. Just Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
With-
totally.
With the CGI body.
Yep.
Wait, doesn't Cosmic Ghost Rider ride around with the Thanos baby?
I didn't even. The only time I've ever seen Cosmic Ghost Riders was when Thanos was trying to kill himself.
I thought that Cosmic Ghost Rider had like a baby Thanos that he was trying to raise. He was like, if you raise him, then like raise him properly, he wouldn't grow up to be a bad guy.
Yeah.
I
that
don't
sounds
remember
familiar.
that at all. I know they did something like that with Darkseid in DC.
No, I'm pretty sure.
They had a baby Darkseid running around there for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't ever remember seeing a baby Thanos.
Domination!
I want to dance.
I'm the greatest of my enemies.
Okay, now we got to ask the important part. After they save the world, where do they go to drink?
probably... Oh, go ahead.
I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's that bar that's always gets torn up in outer space where Lobo goes.
So I was going to say, there's a bar that Lobo goes to in Highway to Hell when he goes to hell to kill the devil for killing a dolphin. So they would probably go to that bar.
Okay.
So there's that team. The other team I was thinking like kind of an interdimensional thing, which I actually do have two solid villains for this. So, and so this first guy, not really interdimensional, but still smart enough to be like the catalyst for all this. We have MODOK.
I'm sorry, I was just thinking to myself, your other team, your team's fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, because you've got Mephisto on the team, and you know who always has problems with Mephisto and is constantly like fighting with him. Even I kind of think that maybe it's been resolved, but I haven't really followed it up. Is Doom? Doom was always fighting against Mephisto because he has his mother's soul.
Oh yeah.
Didn't he wear his mother's skin one time to go fight Mephisto?
That I don't know.
Yeah, he made a suit of armor out of his mother's skin to try to save her soul. It was weird.
Wow.
Oh,
That's
dude.
trippy as hell.
Oh, that's some serious Oedipal shit right there.
I just want to be inside your
I want to
skin.
be inside my mother.
I would fuck me. I'd fuck me so and rubs the hellfire on its skin.
All right, so we start off with MODOK just because I love MODOK.
Oh, that's cool.
He winds up traveling to Dimension X and teams up with Krang.
Oh, God. Krang's an idiot.
He's a total idiot, but I love his design and I love his suit.
Can't argue with that.
But then we start doing some crazy dimension hopping, bringing in people from other dimensions. They'll bring in Batman of Zur-En-Arr.
With the one with the yellow and purple suit?
Yes, I love him. He's the best.
That was so 90s.
He's almost as good as the Golden Bat from those Korean cartoons, which is basically like a bright pink Batman who shoots laser fingers.
I don't think I've ever seen that one
Oh,
before.
hold on. It might not be pink. I think it's red. I've saved the screenshot here. Where is that? Yeah. So
Oh, my God.
it's just a purple and yellow Batman who shoots laser fingers.
Wow. See, that's the thing that I will have to say I like about that is that whenever we see a superhero create a costume, they're always like really like Spider-Man when he was, like 16 years old, made his own costume. I'm like, really? You got that kind of fashion sense?
Right.
Like Daredevil's first costume was yellow, red, and black. That seems perfect for a blind guy, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense. But the rest of these guys are like, how did you put that together? Like, hey, did you go to somebody and be like, I need you to make me a costume. You superhero? No, it's superhero. No, I can't write you a check though.
It's because they all go to Edna mode. So.
I didn't think about Edna.
But yeah, so we're also going to have access to the dreaming because of my next two characters.
Uh-oh.
So the Max, which you knew that was coming.
It's funny, I was working him into a list too because I just watched a couple videos on him.
I love the Max. He's amazing.
But he's really just a drunken hobo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's one reason why I love him. And because then they're messing with the dream realm, we'll bring in Sandman, which I don't know the character super well, but it just kind of makes sense that you're already in the dreaming because of the Max, so you might as well kind of merge those two worlds.
I don't know much. I've never actually read Sandman, so.
I've read sections of Sandman. I really need to read it. The first, was it Preludes and Nocturnes? I think is the first Sandman storyline arc.
Sounds
they have an
right.
audiobook for that on Audible now. And so I did buy that, even though I've got the comic and I've read through it. But there's some fucked up stuff in Sandman.
I was going to say, Sandman's kind of deep and vast.
I just remember, because he makes an appearance in was it season 3 of Rick and Morty?
I think so, yeah.
With the
and he's like, I looked into the turtle's eyes.
right.
That was supposed to be not Etrigan, what the hell's it? The turtle of amazing girth, the top of his shell, the world shell. I can't remember how it goes. Stephen King. That's what the turtle was supposed to be.
Oh, okay. Sorry, you said the turtle of amazing girth, and I was like, that used to be the name for my penis. Because when it gets shy, it hides its head. So
Sure.
no, I was gonna say. I remember my both of my friends, like Crow Fan, he was a big Sandman reader, and I remember reading through a couple episodes, and there was a story in there where Sandman goes to hell, and it's got one of the coolest sequences in there when he goes to, as I remember it, Sandman was trapped by somebody. I forget exactly how it happened. He was trapped, and in the first issue of Sandman, he is freed. But he's been trapped for like a long time. And while he was gone, other people were running hell, and like a bunch of his stuff was like either stolen or sold or whatever. So he goes about getting his things back, like his dream mask and all this stuff. He has to go to hell, and he has this contest with either a demon or the devil. And they have this contest where they just like, they one says like I am this, and the other one goes, well, I am this, which is greater than that. And then it keep going, and to the end, and like Sandman just Morpheus drops the bomb on him, and the guy's like, I can't beat that. But as he's walking through hell, I think her name was Nadia or something. It's like, and she's like, Morpheus, please, can you free me? He's like, no, I haven't forgiven you yet. And he just goes on past her, and then like 10, 15 issues later, it tells a story. And if I remember correctly, he had her sentenced to hell not because she did anything wrong, but like she didn't love him like the way that he wanted her to or something. It was like, it was all on him.
I thought you were going to say that she took the last cookie.
Like his ego. And like, so it was like, yeah, you're sentenced to hell. And again, I it's been a long time since I read it, and I'm sure Crow fans gonna listen to this episode. He's like, no, you're getting the cock-a-doodie wrong. But it was, and that's kind of the thing with the Sandman books is like this guy kind of going through them is like, hey, I've been kind of an asshole here, which is what leads to like his changeover at the end of the series, which I have to say, Neil Gaiman, from my understanding, had the entire like 80 issues or whatever. Like he knew the exact beginning, middle, end, all the way through. He knew exactly how it was going to end, which is just phenomenal.
Yeah, he's a very meticulous writer.
Oh, I did have a third list, but I told y'all that one earlier.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Hulk Hogan, Hulk Hogan, Hulk Hogan.
But you didn't tell us who the bad guy was going to be on that team.
Hollywood Hogan.
Oh.
That should be a racist Hulk Hogan from later in life.
Just a little bit.
Listen, brother. I'm listening, brother. You listening, brother?
Because he was technically owned by Marvel's the reason I make that joke, so.
I love it.
No, it'd be Hulk Hogan, Hollywood Hogan, Godzilla.
They got to team up to fight Bonesaw McGraw.
Yeah.
Catch you for 3 minutes of playtime.
Bonesaw is ready.
I did have an all-cartoon team of, like, Howard the Duck, Spider-Ham, Captain Carrot, Mr. Mixlizzle-Picklick, or however you say that.
Mr. Mixapickle. Oh, God, I screwed it up.
Yeah, it's like...
Mr. Mixapittlix.
Okay. Yeah, I've never been able to say his name.
I learned it off the Superman cartoon because I had no idea how to say it in the comic.
Oh, yeah, where he's, like, voiced by Gilbert Godfrey.
Yeah.
I love that.
Like the perfect voice for
I don't know, I think that second team, I don't see much... I can't figure out what brought them together.
Me neither. I was just like, oh yeah, those characters are all cartoony.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that. I'll just read it real quick, since that way Acomi can hear it too.
All right.
I'm just pull this up from the Marvel Wiki. It says, "Baby Thanos must die. Frank was retrieved from his dead timeline by a Odin of an alternate reality and rewarded with Valhalla, but he didn't fit in with the rest of its inhabitants. Seeing that Frank didn't want to be there, Odin returned his powers to him and offered to send him to any time and place he wanted. Frank chose to be sent back in the time to the day Thanos was born so he could kill him, before he grew up to be a monster. Upon using his pen and stare on baby Thanos, Frank realized that he wasn't evil yet and decided to take him under his wing instead as to change his future." So there was Cosmic Ghost Rider and then baby Thanos.
They did something like that with DC too, with Baby Darkseid.
Yeah, that was after that whole thing.
Darkseid Wars.
Yeah, and the woman that was giving birth to Darkseid or whatever. It was just...
It was weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
Comics are strange, man.
Great artwork. Phenomenal artworort.
Isn't there something about how the Ghost Rider stays away from Deadpool because the pin and stare, like, Deadpool's so crazy that it fucks him up when he tries to use it on him or something?
Never heard that one before.
I don't know that, but... And you know this because you're such a huge Hulk fan. World War Hulk. When Hulk comes back to get revenge.
Oh, I have that comic book.
Yeah, I know. When Hulk comes back, I thought it was like one of the coolest things. Hulk comes back to get revenge on everybody for sending him out in space and putting him on the planet, and then trying to kill him by blowing up the spaceship, or so he thought. And he's just like wrecking shit, and then Ghost Rider shows up, and everyone's
Not
like,
Ghost Rider. I think it's Johnny Blaze who shows up. using the Ghost Rider's powers.
Right.
Because the Ghost Rider wants nothing to do with this.
And so he shows up, and everyone's like, he's like, all right, the Ghost Rider's shown up. And he shows up, and he looks at the Hulk, and he's like, no.
No, they fight for a while. They drop a building on the Hulk. He gets drug around behind. And then the final climax, the Rider takes over, looks at the Hulk's like, I judge you innocent. You have every right to do this, then leaves.
Right. he's like, no. He's like, you were wronged. And then he leaves, and they're like, oh, shit.
Because technically, Ghost Rider has infinite power as long as the person's guilty.
Right.
So, yeah, I always thought that was kind of awesome. It was like, when Ghost Rider says, no, you're innocent, and people are like,
that.
oh.
Yeah.
Oh, for my Hell team, I wish I'd thought of it. There could have been like a crossover with that comic by Guy Davis, The Marquis. I've told you about that.
Oh, the Mask of the Marquis?
Yeah.
Isn't that the one where he grabs Doom, throws him back in time, turns his blood to acid and his heart to stone?
No, this was actually an indie comic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this guy...
There's another character called the Marquis that... Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
This is like a trippy-ass comic. This guy's like a priest, and it's like... It's basically like, what if the Reformation never happened and people just kept purchasing indulgences? So this priest basically goes nuts and starts believing that these people who are like wearing these masks as they're going about committing their sins are actually real demons.
Oh, gosh.
And so he'll like walk down the street and he'll just look, and then you'll see it through his eyes, and you'll see that this person's a demon, and he'll just like point at them and like whip out a sword and a gun and just go after them.
You know, it'd be a really cool character to add there to your list, though, honestly. The Preacher off of Preacher.
Oh, yeah, that's a thought. Yeah, Turk doesn't like Preacher.
You don't like Preacher? I know you hate the comic books. I know you hate the comics. But the show was pretty good.
Oh, my stomach.
The only thing I've seen out of the Preacher show, but I actually really liked, was the scene where they like blow the cover that like God is currently fake.
Oh, that was hilarious.
We don't know where he is, but like what got me with that moment was that lady going, I knew he was white.
Yeah. I didn't accept you. I accepted the God of meat. Hey, yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, Turk, who you got?
Okay, so mine was a little harder to put together because I was trying to put together an actual team of people. Like, okay, here's a team of people that work really well together, and then you guys were like, well, we're just throwing stuff together. I'm like, well, okay then, because I was like, well, how do these people work together? And I'm like, like what would I want to do? And I was like, how would they work? And I'm like, okay, like who do I want? So I finally just came up with a team, and Sandman, the Marvel Sandman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Marvel Sandman, who in this, since he fluctuates back and forth between hero and villain depending on whatever, he can be, I don't think I need to really say which one he is because, like I said, he just kind of changes. So Sandman, Guy Gardner.
Okay.
Of course.
Well, he is of like the good Lanterns. Larfleeze is still a bad guy. I don't care what you say. He's always my favorite Lantern of all the Lanterns.
Larfleeze is about as much of a bad guy as Atrocitus is. And yes, Atrocitus does bad things, but he's a Red Lantern. I mean, he's a part of the Lantern spectrum. He doesn't really have a choice in that, right?
Oh, I know. No, but I still classify him as a bad guy.
Okay.
Which Guy Gardner? Yellow Lantern Guy Gardner, Red Lantern Guy Gardner, Green Lantern Guy Gardner when he had the weird blade power Guy Gardner.
You're talking about Guy Gardner Warrior.
That's his whole team's just all the Guy Gardners.
Yeah, that's it. It's just all different.
Every iteration of Guy
I'm going to go with the most current Guy Gardner, the one that has the ability to wield both a red and green ring at the same time.
Oh, I thought he gave up the green ring.
Well, he gave it up when they wanted him to lead the Red Lanterns for a while, but then he went back to being green, and then one of these big fights that they had, he actually had both rings on at the same time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And was fighting, and he's like one of the, I think he's like the only Lantern that can actually use both because he has such strong character that he can't be, I guess, not possessed, but overwhelmed by the rage of the Red Lantern.
See, I would have gone with the Guy Gardner that Lobo punched and he became a jerk. That's my favorite iteration of him.
Well, I mean, okay, so that's not really, I'm not going to get my whole Guy Gardner rant thing, but I mean, that's how he was until he hit his head. After Batman punched him and he hit his head, and then he hit his head again when Lobo showed up and took him back to that. But Guy Gardner being a jerk is all Hal Jordan's fault because Hal Jordan's an asshole.
Right.
Well, wasn't Guy Gardner like the original intended like recipient of the
Yes.
original Green Lantern, but Hal just happened to be closer?
Yes. And Abin Sur was dying. Hal happened to be closer, so he got it to Hal. But then there's also the thing where Guy Gardner was trapped in the Lantern in the Green Lantern for years.
Oh, I didn't hear
and while he was trapped in the Lantern, like Hal stole his girlfriend. Hal Jordan is a piece of shit. I'm just saying he is.
Oh, I've heard your rants about Hal Jordan several times. Me, I have a soft spot for Hal Jordan because I grew up watching Justice League.
Yeah. Fuck Hal Jordan. Anyway,
I've told you about those
Okay.
animated shorts of Bad Days. The one, those cartoons where like the Joker was shooting at Batman and Batman was using all the different Robinson's body shields.
no,
I never saw that.
So, they're hilarious cartoons. I love them. But there was one that was just all about the Green Lantern, and they actually touch on the whole Hal Jordan wasn't the intended recipient. So he like stumbles across the alien as it's dying, and he takes its ring without offering it to him, and it's like, no, and then it dies. And he's like, and he wanders off with the ring. It's really funny.
It'd be funny if Hal comes up to him and he's like, shh, shh, shh. He puts his hand over his nose and mouth. Shh.
All right, so we got Sandman and Hal Jordan.
Not
Not Hal Jordan. Yeah,
no.
you got Hal Jordan.
No, I got Guy Gardner.
No. I heard Hal Jordan. Didn't you hear Hal Jordan?
Definitely Hal Jordan.
Yeah.
You know what? I was gonna say I'd take Hal Jordan over John Stewart, but I'm like, no, I don't think I would. No, I'll take a Kyle Rayner over that. I'll even take Simon Baz, the Green Lantern that they forgot about, which I don't
Wait,
understand.
who?
The one they made a big deal about, like the Muslim Green Lantern that carried a gun.
Oh, I don't remember that at all.
That they then forgot about.
Who needs courage?
when you have a gun.
Pew, pew, pew.
They teamed him up with Jessica Cruz for a while, and then it was like, yeah, we're gonna promote her more than this guy because we created this guy.
Wait, I thought she had the power of
Hope. You're
Power.
thinking of Captain Planet.
Heart.
Oh,
I would have Captain Planet on my team
I thought
for Hal
she was the
Jordan.
one who got the power ring from the crime syndicate.
Yes,
Okay.
but then she became.
Oh,
Like
that guy. He made no impression on me whatsoever.
I'm thinking. Well, that's again. I don't know the real creation of him, but he seemed like he was just tossed out there just as a sacrificial minority figure that never had a real backstory or anyone cared about because there was nothing about. But I mean, he's just gone. You never hear him mention to something. I think they just like either he gave up the ring or died. It was just. Plus, he had that stupid ass mask. I was like, oh, just. I mean, we've talked about this so many times before about if you can't just put a character out there without having any kind of heart or reason for him. I don't know the real reason why he was created, like, what the creator, what their intentions were for him, but it was just one of those things where like, we're promoting that this guy is going to be this thing right here, and he's going to be like, yeah, okay, whatever. and again, where is he at now? I don't know.
Sorry, I got a serious question I got to ask real quick.
Yeah.
Almond milk? I just thought of it. Just forgive me, but almond milk. I have never seen an almond with mammary glands.
But Greg can milk one.
You can milk anything with nipples.
Yeah.
Just curious,
Well, so like in like any kind of like a tree nut like that, like
See, I would like to make a almond juice company and just call it Nut Juice.
yeah, you can do that. Nut juice.
Nut Juice.
But like on like a peanut, when you have a whole peanut, there's that little slightly pointed piece on the end that kind of snaps off.
Yeah, the nodule.
Right. That's actually called the nipple.
Okay.
Really?
No, I'm just making sure. You know better. You know better.
Yeah, that was one thing that was just far fetched enough. I kind of believed it.
So the other day where I was telling you something, it was like the podcast. Now I was like, no, that's real. He's like, is that real or are you just fucking with me? Like, no, that's the truth.
Have you ever been snipe hunting?
Yes. But I was the person who took somebody snipe hunting.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it was pitched to me by my brothers, like, oh, we're gonna take so and so snipe hunting. So
it's like, but you need to get some baling wire to help really sell this.
All right, so Guy Gardner, Sandman,
Wally West, Flash.
best one. He's funny.
Yep.
The redhead Wally West. Fuck that. I'm tired of saying that. The white Wally West Flash. I'm just putting it out there. That, and I'm taking it back, man. I'm taking it back. So the white Wally West, Sandman, Guy Gardner.
That would be like two gingers you would have had on the team. That's two gingers you have on the team. mean, I'm with Ginger, but most
We-
people
we-
don't. Most people kind of shy away from us.
We don't use that term. We don't use that term.
I'm a Ginger. I'm allowed to use that term.
No, I mean,
Fair enough.
Yeah, but if you're not a ginger, you have to say ginger. You can't do the hard R.
No, that's true. You say ginger. You my ginger. It's like-
So he's picking pretty much a soulless team here. I'm hearing.
See, they're actually more of a supernatural demonic team than yours are.
I think I should take offense to this, but oddly enough, I don't.
And none of them can dance, obviously.
Oh yeah.
And then Shadowcat. I love Shadowcat. She's a phenomenal character.
All right.
Wait, Shadowcat.
Shadowcat.
I need to.
Kitty Pryde?
Kitty Pryde. I know her better as Kitty Pryde.
yeah.
No one ever calls her Shadowcat.
I do. I call her Shadowcat. That's her ninja name. Her ninja without the H name. Her ninja. Oh, no, fuck it. I'm taking that back. That's her ninja name. That's what all us ninjas call her. It's like, Shadowcat!
It also helps that she has a pet dragon.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So Shadowcat, and then I'm kind of torn because I got the DC cat. I really want to put Mr. Miracle on the team.
I figured you would. I know you like Mr. Miracle.
I do, but
That's why
okay,
you
no.
were asking about new Genesis and all the new gods.
Right. But you know what? Instead of putting Mr. Miracle on the team, I'm gonna go with his better half. Because I need
Big
some
Barda.
strength. I need some strength on the team. So Big Barda. So I got two females, two strong females, and I got some badass guys.
I like it.
I think you're the only one who really put girl. I put Squirrel Girl as the only girl I think I had on the team.
Yeah, mine didn't have any.
And we're both domestic, planetary, and interplanetary team. Because they're strong enough to do it all.
Yeah.
And Shadowcat ran with Guardians for a while, so she's very familiar with outer space. Plus, she's been in space a couple times.
Didn't her and I want to say Chris Pratt, but I know that's not right. Star-Lord.
Pete.
Didn't they have a relationship there at one point?
They did, and he broke her heart.
That's what they're in the Black Mirror event, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, that was a cool story actually. Because wasn't the Thing running around with them too at that point?
I think the Thing was with the Guardians of the Galaxy then.
I wanted to put the Thing on one of my teams, and I couldn't find a place for him.
But if you were to put the Thing on there, I would say use the one from the old like 80s cartoon, the Thing ring.
Yeah.
The Thing ring, do your thing, and then do you remember that?
No.
There was the guy was the Thing, but he had a ring. He would like hit the rings together and would turn into the Thing.
Wow.
You didn't know that?
I did
No.
not know
Yes.
that.
Oh, God, I have to look it up and show you guys. Yeah.
The only thing with the Fantastic Four animated that I knew of was that robot Hermie or whatever.
Herbie.
Herbie.
Well, Herbie was actually in the comic books too. I mean,
Yeah, they brought him in after the cartoon.
And I heard that he's in like the modern or the most recent thing, and like Herbie's like a badass. Like he's been turned into something.
Herbie's artificial intelligence? No, Herbie fakes emotions. But he's so neurotic. Yeah, he fakes being neurotic. Neurotic, whatever.
Yeah, so that's that would be mine.
Yeah, I like it.
All right there, folks. That was Our Moms Think We're Funny. Let's give them a hand.